nice, very nice. Right there. Sorry.
Ouch.
Okay. All right.
It already hurts.
The ouch heard around the world. Ouch.
Oh my god.
Hakuna Matata. The whole right side of your body's been not feeling well. Tell me more specifically what you're feeling.
Yep, so it starts from my neck, and I kind of feel like this is like constantly contracted to where sometimes I feel like I almost have to go like this to kind of loosen the pressure. And then it goes down into my trap muscle, which I've had pain in for some time now. And then more recently, I've had pain like in my kind of like hip glute area, which kind of feels sciatic, but I've been told different things. It might not be, it just might be tension knots. And
and then you mentioned you also had some symptoms going down the leg, occasionally worse in the morning. When the joints in your lower neck are overstressed, they're going to give you that sclerotogenous pain we showed you, kind of referral pain, we call it, to the shoulder here. And it indicates that either a couple things are going on. One, sometimes the joint that's supposed to do the work, which is our upper neck, this is supposed to be doing about 60% of the work. And if this is tight up here, your head's forward, then the lower neck ends up doing too much work. The joints in the lower neck give you that kind of shoulder-ish pain. And then the hip pains, the same thing goes on with the lower back. The knuckles in your lower back can give you, hip, glute pain here. The last two guys in the lower back and the last three guys in the neck encompass about 99% of injury. So we want to work on diverting stress to the middle back. You mentioned also that this is too much curve down the bottom.
yeah.
So we call that a hyperextension, and I was explaining how curve isn't created or destroyed. So usually if you have a normal curve throughout the lumbar, when this goes straight up here, it can go into too much excessive curve just at the bottom. And so we're going to actually address that at the end of the visit after we loosen you up. We're going to put the dental up here to make this area bend, and we'll have your knees bent to take some of the curve out of the bottom. And that opens up that foramen, and that should give you some relief down that leg. Yeah, not too bad. The right one's a little tiny bit higher, maybe an eighth of an inch, quarter inch maybe. That is usually because your body's in avoidance. So when your body lifts up a hip, it's to alleviate pain somewhere. That makes sense? So because you have symptoms into your glute and down your lower back, your body's going to try to shift and move things around. That's not something that needs to directly be undone. The body does that kind of intelligently, right? If I hurt my right ankle, I'll shift my weight to my left ankle as a way to get away from it. The answer isn't just to throw the weight back on the thing that's being avoided, it's to fix the thing that's been injured, and then your body will then resume using it. Do you do a lot of work sitting? What's your posture throughout your life or work?
I did for a long period of time, and now I'm actually in a position where it's like almost 50-50, which is good because it's actually hard for me to sit. Sitting actually hurts me.
Hurts
for a long period
both
of time.
Areas. Yeah.
Most of this one.
So your head is about 1.5 inches or so, maybe 2 inches forward from your shoulders, and that indicates that there's a lot of stress on your lower neck. The joints are going to be, the amount of stress on them is amplified the more forward your head goes. Our posture is a compilation of the ligaments that wrap our spine. So if the ligaments, the rubber bands on the front, are never stretched because our life is predominantly forward, and the ones in the back are stretched all the time because we're looking down. When we leave our job and stand back upright, we don't actually go back to home. We stay somewhat forward. So in order to fix that, chiropractors research that you actually have to loosen the spine and then counter stretch, which means we arch you back and then hold you there to stretch the front ligament so that when we get off the stretch, you're actually upright. When you're upright, your back should be not tense. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. When I bend forward, feel my back. See how it got tight?
Mm-hmm.
The muscles got tight because of my posture, I'm not supposed to be here. Now watch as I come upright, they go back to being loose. Mm-hmm. And the same thing will happen in your neck. Mm-hmm. When your head goes forward, that constant tension, you were saying you were working out and you're just, it's just tight all the time. That goes directly with the alignment of your head. Mm-hmm. We've got to get your head back over your shoulders, and we don't live in a world with any alignment specialists. Our world just says, you're fine until the discs are gone, and then they operate or give you medication to cover up the problems. And so we need to fix these postural distortions that I'm seeing. Go ahead now, just any pain when you turn your neck, any pain when you rotate, any?
Here.
When you turn your head left, it hurts. On the right, how about you turn your head right? Does it hurt on the right still?
Not so much.
So you turn your head left, it hurts on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you're turning your head left, you're actually stretching the ligaments on the right.
Right.
So it's more that the capsular ligament's been injured or stressed. And so how about when you like tilt your body to the left? If you tilt left, does that hurt your lower back?
Yeah.
On the right side?
Yeah.
Cross your arms for me. Bend both the knees for me. Let's just see how your middle back moves here a little bit. Take a deep breath in. I got you. Deep breath in. Then let your head go back. I got you. Exhale. It's okay. Deep breath in. It's okay. A little tight in there. Exhale. There you go. Deep breath in. I got you. One more. Exhale. Yeah. We got work to do. So it's okay. We got about 1 or 2 bones to move in there, and I'm not surprised you're having the symptoms that you're having. We got to loosen that up. And the answer isn't just harder adjustments. The answer is we got to go in there and loosen up those joints, soft tissue. That's why I know you saw my videos and were like, you definitely need some soft tissue work to soften that, to get it adjusted so that we can stretch in a minute, and that's what we'll get to. Take a deep breath in for me. Exhale and then just relax, relax. There you go. It's okay. There we go. Breathe. Exhale for me. Exhale. Other side for me. Good. Very nice. All right. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. There you go. All right. Very nice. Face up for me. Get this down.
I'll try to if I just bend down straight, I crack my lower back.
Yeah, you're almost too loose down there. Relative to, remember when I did that hug, you were so tight in your chest.
Yeah.
And the hips were, yeah, we'll move. That needs to be alleviated.
I've made grown men sweat in massages.
Oh. We'll see about that. One of those come sure, unsure. Anyway. All right, right side of your neck is all big knot here on the right side. All right. I got your head. There we go. Just this top guy a little bit. Very nice, very nice. How you feeling? You okay? All right. Yeah, there's an old injury on here, this right side actually. Thought it might be on the left, but no, the right side is definitely, kind of tells me that it's more recent, at least if it happened at a very, very young age, you'd be in a compensatory, but right now it's the originally injured side, the right here that's got the huge knot on it. Right there, it is just a, there we go. These are the roots of your neck. Got to kind of push these roots down. The more the head goes forward, the more these roots lift up, right? So we can spend all day long pushing these down, and they'll just come back up if we don't get the head back. All right, there we go. Yeah, you are tough.
I wish I wasn't.
You are. There we go. All right. How long have you been lifting weights?
Off and on for a few years, but I mean, I think a lot of my injuries have to do with the fact that, like, when I was younger, I played a lot of sports, but
Okay.
I don't think I stretched well.
Okay.
Like, I did every single sport.
Gotcha.
And I carried a heavy backpack all throughout high school. I didn't like to go to my locker.
Yeah, I think of it as, when we lived our lives and nobody really checked our spine to make sure that the whole spine was working as a team.
Right.
So then when you did sports, you did it predominantly with a lower percent of your back operating at full efficiency. And so injuries accumulated in certain areas, and now at 33, those areas are saying they've sort of had enough.
Yep. That's exactly what my body's saying.
Yeah. show you home. This is where your neck belongs, way back here. And this is where, if the neck is in the right alignment, the weight is evenly spread. In your lower neck, when that referral pain to your upper traps and upper back comes from the lower neck being in distress. So as we try to loosen your upper neck here, and then at the end of the visit, we're going to show you how to aim your spine back into the curved position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does that side feel any better, or is it just...
Left feels in place. It's just both sides are going to be tight, but the right is definitely way tighter. Maybe this side. We might actually, when we're on the neck denta roll, we're going to be over to the right a little bit. So we're going to have your head back on it, and we'll do a little bit of right rotation to try to, get the spine centered. And then as that centers, then you just keep your head in the middle. But we're going to do a little bit of right. The right, it's like the drawer's crooked.
Mm-hmm.
The left side of the drawer is more in. The right side is actually sticking out a little bit more. So we want to get a little bit more pressure on the right to level the drawer, and then we're going to close the drawer evenly with both sides going together. So this side is a little more. It's actually reduced quite a bit, actually, just from me holding it.
Yeah, it felt good when you...
Yeah, it's really responding pretty quickly. But telling me it is, I don't know. Usually, if it doesn't change quickly, it means it's really old. So the faster it changes, tells me, the injury hasn't, wasn't like when you were 10 or 5. It happened more recently than that. Maybe in your 20s, was the cause that created this, but just a guess.
Yeah, there wasn't like anything that I can remember. Like with my trap, honestly, one day I woke up and it hurt. Like
Uh-huh.
it was like I slept weird, but it's like I thought the pain would just like kind of go away, because it's kind of like when you get like a catch, like is how it felt.
Uh-huh.
And then it like never went away.
Gotcha.
And it was horrible.
Yeah, right there. All right, a little gentle. See a little bit more here. I got you. It's okay. I'm just gonna see if I can do a little bit more. It's okay. I got your head. There you go. Yeah. Get the idea?
Mm-hmm.
We're working the joint, and then we're actually closing it at a deeper level. So that was the same joint moving again. That wasn't a different joint. That was the same knuckle, like a drawer. It slid in a little bit, and then it slid in full, all the way. Because we're trying to squeeze out the inflammation in the joint, take the weight off the disc, get the curve back in your spine so that the joints aren't under so much stress all the time when you're upright. The alignment that you're in when you're upright, determines who's getting worked out the most.
Yeah.
Your neck needs to be arched, and we'll show you at the end. You just got to mold. You got to hold the head in this position for about 20 minutes to change its position. So the ligaments fatigue around 20 minutes. They can't be stretched like a muscle can fatigue after a few minutes. Ligaments take a little bit longer to reach their fatigue point. We call that ligament creep, is the lengthening of the ligament. And so we have to hold this, and this is where at the end of the day, you put the TV on, you lay on the floor, and you stretch your neck back into the curved position. And that's the kind of the orthodontistry, the alignment change part of the visit. So right there. I don't suppose this is the side that's going to be worse. Yeah, right there. Oh boy. There. Where the biggest knot is where the most lactic acid is going to accumulate. The knot kind of restricts blood flow, prevents oxygen from getting in there to bind the lactic acid, converting it to carbon dioxide and water. So the posture creates the restriction, along with injuries and all that. But right there's the. Work on it more face down in a second. It's kind of boring. It's gonna a little song and dance here. It's just me busting loose your chest. That's really the half your visit is right in here.
Mm-hmm.
When I gave you that hug adjustment and nothing moved, that's pretty major at 33 to have that much tightness in here.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that our world didn't guide and take care of you. And evaluate and examine and
Yeah,
see
it's
that.
just like I always feel tense, and it's like I don't know how to not feel
Correct.
tense.
Well, it's
like,
not your fault. It's you need help. People, you gotta have care, and then we have to stretch, and then we have to have care, and then we have to stretch, and it's just kind of rounds and rounds of that until your middle back starts to become a member of your team. Your middle back quit on you, and that's it's not a good long-term plan to only have 20-30% of your back working. You got to get this all woken up. It wasn't just that it didn't click, it felt hard. Do you understand? It felt like sometimes people's backs won't click, and chiropractors get lost in, I call it clickville. You understand? Popville. We want to go for the pops, and as much as it's as fun as it is, but it's really not the purpose and meaning of the adjustment. The adjustment is to make an area supple, to restore balance to your mobility.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, I've had, not intentionally, but like my hip where it hurts has cracked,
Right.
and I haven't felt any different
Right.
after it happened.
Yeah, you're just further loosening what's already loose. So then after you've done it, it keeps getting looser. After examining you, your middle, this is your problem. It's just complete shutdown in here. You're going too hard, you okay? All right, keep going deeper and deeper. If you're going too hard, please let me know. Okay. There you go. Yeah, right there.
It hurts a little bit.
Okay, oh yeah, all right, I got you. I couldn't make you flinch on the left side. And the right side definitely right here. Wow. blood's what brings nutrients in, takes the waste out. When an area becomes really stiff, that normal homeostatic circulation is being, reduced. And that's what then allows the areas to kind of just fall apart and weaken and get tight and keep positive feedback loop. So we have to kind of break that cycle. That's why when I show your back in a minute, you'll see all the marks and go, oh my gosh, I didn't really know I was in there. But it'll kind of quantify and justify what you've been feeling and go, it sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like what I expected it to feel, because that's how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I just hurt all the time, and I actually this kind of came at a perfect time because it's been a few hours since I've been off the plane. I was on the plane for 15 hours because I just traveled. So
My, where did you go?
I went to Japan.
Oh, wow.
this is the most common source of the glute pain right there.
Oh my
That's
God.
That's your
And that's my left side. I don't even want to know what the other side feels.
right there. Sorry. Don't make fun of me. I know. This area isn't injured. It's just so tight. You got it long lockdown. We gotta bust loose that wall. And it's kind of boring. It's just me breaking loose this wall here. There it is. Yeah, all right, take a break.
Ouch.
Okay, all right.
It already hurts.
The ouch heard around the world. Ouch. Mm-hmm. Right there.
Because I was even questioning too at one point. I was like, are my ribs out of place on the right side?
Well, they're swollen. Everything's swollen and frozen, so they're not technically dislocated, but I would say that they're definitely subluxated, which is the word chiropractors use to denote the wrong position, right? It's the car's in the garage, but it's crooked, right? So it's the car's not outside of the garage. It's just definitely not where it's supposed to be in its normal position. Now, that goes with the head going forward. So as the head goes forward, the ribs all rise up.
Oh my God.
Hakuna Matata.
Oh man.
I know, it's not probably an area that you really ever noticed before. It's because it's so tight, you don't...
I actually kind of do because that's where I feel like I have to bring my hip up to alleviate the pain there.
I got you. When you move your knee up, you mean? Bring your leg forward?
Like this.
Oh, okay, so you're tilting. I got you.
Holy
Mm-hmm.
moly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
All right, be easy. Yeah. Yeah, it's right there.
I feel it right there.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, this is going to be more, you have a left injury causing a right abuse. The mark is actually larger here on the left. This is actually, but it's stiff and being avoided, so that's why you're overworking the right side.
Right in there.
Yeah, this is the
Right there.
the joints in the lower back refer pain right to glute medius right in here. This is the joint referral pain. Same as the upper back, the trap areas. as is to the lower neck, this is to the lower back.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Ouch. Ouch. Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, there's that left lower back. I want to work these glutes a little bit, take the stress off that lower back. But this is all frozen. It's all, there's the ribs that you're talking about out of place. Yeah, there's a lot of inflammation that's just been clogged in there. We got to get that moving. There you go. Right there. Gotcha. Okay. There we go. Yay! There we go. I got you. There you go, another one. Yes. You have movable segments. They just you've had them in prison. You gotta break all these areas out. There you go. When you felt knee pain, where were you feeling that? Did you feel kind of on the side there?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of nervy. That's the nerve area. All right, get 'em all. Easy peasy. That's right. There we go. Gotcha. Okay, okay, there we go.
That's so weird, though. Ha ha.
Okay.
Feels like a good
Yeah.
weird sound.
So how did that, so you said you've had massages, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like.
I've had it.
Was
No,
it-
I've definitely had it that intense, but not that intense for that long. And I know
Okay.
I needed it.
Okay.
It like hurt. I can't say it hurt so good that time. That time it hurt so bad. But it felt better after.
All right.
I thought I heard you make the comment that you make massage people sweat.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, how, he's sweating.
It's just that, I'm
Your touch.
5'3", and you don't really expect someone that, I guess, small to be that tense.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
am.
You're strong. Dynamite comes in small packages.
Yeah, yeah,
Fun size.
All right, go ahead and tilt to the right for me a little bit. There we go, yeah. Okay. Tilt to the right for me, tilt right.
I feel like that wasn't a good one, was it?
Oh, sometimes there was some, sometimes there's a lot in there. So. Tilt your head left, tilt left. Oh, okay. Tilt to the left for me. A little bit.
But that was good.
Go ahead and tilt your head to the right, tilt right, tilt right, tilt right. No. Oh, there we go. Oh, she knew I missed it. All right, now you put your hand right here on your hip for me. There we go. Sort of press back with your elbow into my elbow. Press back, press back. Keep pressing back. There we go.
I got that.
Put your hand right on your hip for me. Press back with your elbow. Pressing back. It's okay. All right, we're over here. For the work that I do, it's just, just a way to hold your neck, like when you were on your back and I was. There we go. I got you. There we go. Let your head go back over it. There we go. And for this, remember we'll do a little bit to the right. So you're going to turn your head just a little bit right. Sometimes you'll take your hand, place it on your forehead, kind of press. That makes sense? To get your head to sink into it. And then try to see if it'll stay there. If it doesn't, let it. And then you put your hand back down. Because I want you to, this one your legs are straight. Try to stay your legs straight. There we go. Get the idea? Mm-hmm. So the TV will be to your right, and you're just letting your neck gravity and let it mold to that curved position. I don't want it so high that your chin is down. I want your chin going up over it, but I don't want it all the way down in your lower neck either. So kind of your middle upper neck is where we're going to be. And then it's just time. It's about 20 minutes to stretch the front part of your neck. The first, 10 times you do it, it's not as effective because there's still resistance and your neck isn't really stretching into it. And then the next 10 times are actually more beneficial because you're actually doing it properly. Initially your neck is non-compliant and doesn't actually want to curve around the device. So keep at it. It's almost sometimes, the first 8 times weren't that difficult, then the next 8 times were more difficult. Am I getting worse? No, you're actually doing it properly.
I've actually tried to go over this particular spot that it's
Yes.
hitting right now with a roller.
Yes.
Like I feel it when I go like this.
Correct. You got to go into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to try to get over that spot. Then take your maybe your right hand, just place it. Yeah, just try to work. Sometimes I do a little. It makes sense. Just trying to emulate my thumb and kind of work that spot. The first goal is to get to 20 minutes, and then we can worry about trying to go deeper at a bigger level. Don't feel like you're not going deep enough. You're doing great. Just being on this is an accomplishment. We have time to stretch, and then really the front part of your body has to open up. The ribs, the sternum, the costal, these ribs attached to your sternum, all these joints have to open up to allow the chest to go in. And then about every minute, so now go down 1 inch, so push with your feet, kind of roll. There you go. Good.
Oh, that hurts. Right there.
I know. Breathe. If it's too much, then you run away. Does that make sense? You go back the way you came. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
See if you can hang out here a little bit though. Try the knees side to side, bend the knees a little bit more. Bring your knees left.
I feel like they can't really go at this point.
It's okay. You got to just take it. It's as far as you go. You're good. Bring your knees right. There you go. Try to work it. Yeah. When you were doing this at home, you were only doing a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get to 20 minutes. If we're gonna change the mobility permanently, we have to hold this. Most of this is going to transfer to you stretching at home.
Okay.
It's not 3 times a week the rest of your life in my office. The goal is to get your spine as clean as possible, get it moving, teach you how to stretch, go at it at home. I can't change your posture. My job is to get it prepped so that you can do it yourself. But I got everything moving as best we're going to get it, and I'll see you soon.
Okay.
I'll check
Thank
you
you.
out. Yep, very good. Thank you.
Good job.